Yeah, first I want to give some credit to Shantae and his group. I was really nervous about this game. They came into the night with a lot of momentum, and that's credit to him and his staff and his players for the way they've competed the last couple of days. And it's hard to play 3 nights in a row, so I recognize that. But they came out and they looked extremely comfortable in that first half. I thought we were a little jittery, to be honest with you. But sometimes in these settings, you need a half to kind of settle in, and credit to Tyrone, to David, and the rest of the guys on the team. I thought we settled at halftime and came out with a lot more swagger and confidence and attacked the zone much better in the second half. So credit to these guys. It's about surviving and advancing, finding a way to live another day, and credit to my team.
Go ahead with questions for the student.
Hey guys, Jeff Ferrano with the West Coast Conference. Tyrone, it seems like you've had a little bit of an uneven sophomore season. And then tonight, you were scoreless at halftime, and I don't know if you know this, but you scored 18 points in 13 minutes in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about sort of how the season flow has gone for you, and then what happened this evening that got you sparked?
First I want to thank God for getting me through the season to this point healthy. That was kind of a big thing for me, is to get through each game at a time with, no injuries. Knock on wood that continues to stay that way. But settling into this game at halftime, my coach pulled me to the side and told me to just relax. Took some deep breaths, told me to just settle in, because I was a little, obviously, jittery, a little frustrated with how the first half went. And, just letting things come to me and playing the right way. I feel like when I got energy on the defensive end, the game on the offensive end flowed for itself. So that was kind of the spark that I needed and that the team needed. And, it just worked out for me.
David, how much different and better a team can you be when Tyrone's playing like that?
Obviously, if Tyrone plays at a high level, he puts us in a great position to win basketball games. But, that goes for everybody. We have, a whole team pretty much of people that can score double digits at any given night. So that makes the quality of our team.
Tyrone, it seemed like David kind of carried you guys in the first half. What do you recall about his performance?
We got a little stagnant, especially with the zone, and our coach was yelling at us, put it in the post. He was flowing, he was hot, and when we put it in the post and play inside out, we're a very good team, especially when he's a presence down there. He draws a lot of attention, and then that leaves guys for me, Legend Smiley, Ryan. We get some open looks on the 3-point line. And we see a couple go in, and that's a good thing for us, and that's a good thing for Dav as well, because they're gonna go one-on-one like they eventually did, and we'll take that matchup anytime.
I believe you did not play in the most recent Oregon State game.
Yes.
Why did you not play, and what do you remember about watching that game?
Knee was bothering me that game, but what I remember is we came out a little flat. Obviously, they jumped out, they hit a lot of threes. We didn't defend the 3-point line neither games that we played them, so that's something that we need to do tomorrow.
How excited are you guys and motivated to play that game again now, tomorrow against that team?
It's our Super Bowl right now. As we said, we approach every game like it's our Super Bowl, especially against Oregon State University. We owe them. We let 2 go, and we're definitely going to come out soon tomorrow.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chris, can you just talk about Tyrone's game tonight, and just the season seems like he's had some really good games and other games where he's kind of not himself.
Yeah, I have all the faith in the world in Tyrone and how he's built and what he's about. I think people forget that he's still so young in his basketball development, and he puts a lot of expectation on himself. We've put a lot of expectation on him as a coaching staff, but that's part of the process of becoming great. And you have to go through some of these ebbs and flows as a player and learn, how you perform at your best and what works for you. And the injury bug has kind of bit him, all the way back to last summer. And so he hasn't probably physically been 100% for a lot of the season. But he's built the right way. He's an unbelievable young man. He's a great representative of our university. He can be as good as he wants to be. I'm just glad that he, had that second half the way that he did tonight.
Yeah, what did you see from him in that stretch? I don't think he'd scored until about 13 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden, he just went off.
Yeah, I thought he was pressing maybe a little bit in the first half, as were some of our other guys. But we changed kind of what we were doing from a zone attack. That's the most zone we faced all year. And certainly we looked like that in the first half. But we made some adjustments at halftime. I thought the guys did a much better job with our spacing and attacking it the right way in the second half, and it led to just some cleaner looks for us, and that had the kind of way of settling us down a little bit. But Tyrone did a great job of kind of playing in the high post.
And David just continues to deliver for you guys at 23 and 15, I think, tonight.
16.
16, okay.
Yeah.
You must expect this almost from at this point.
I mean, the thing that I really value about David is he creates so much foul pressure on the other team, and all year long he's been a guy in the top 10 in the country in drawing fouls. And when you're struggling offensively, sometimes the best thing you can do is get to the free throw line, and that helps slow the game down a little bit. But he's a presence in the paint. He probably doesn't get enough credit for his decision-making ability. I think he only shot 1 3 tonight, but he's developed that part of his game too. So it's been fun to just be a part of his, overall development. We're asking him to do a lot, but I think, he's shown he's up for the challenge.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.